Can you hear us, Amin? No? Yes? Maybe? Yes. Well,
Yeah, let's start it off. Yeah, I will take the development part. Yeah, did you accept because my headphone was not working? Cool. Hello, everybody. Franco, Santi, Jake.
Hello, everybody.
Suga.
GM.
GM. Actually, Amin, if you can sign both the multi-sigs that need to be signed that haven't been. And then I don't have to mention it in the DAO updates. If you go to the DAO slide that Mitch usually makes, both the links are there. The reject safe airdrop and multi-sig management. Hit those and we're done. GM. Hey Corey.
Hello, good
Hey,
morning.
guys, I have to go. It's a serious thing. I will come back.
Okay. Bye, Amin. Damn. Looks like I will have to talk about them. Okay, well. Is this quorum? Man, I almost want to wait a little bit longer and see if a couple more people roll in, but I guess there's a lot of vacation.
I feel like a few more people would show up.
Yeah. Well, Suga, you're gonna get a lot of praise from me in a moment. Thank you so much for being so active on that green pill article.
Yeah, no, thank you too. I'm excited to get it out. I just got a message from Kevin. I asked him if he wanted to go by Kevin or Awaki, and he said either one. So that doesn't help.
I'd call him Milwaukee. I like calling him
That's
Milwaukee.
what I thought too. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's his Twitter handle, so.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's get this party started. Kotabe's here, so now I feel like we can start. I want to give praise to Suga, as I just did, for really being so active on the Green Pill article. It was a lot of work, and honestly, I was very slow to review it. And every time I'd review it and then go away for a couple hours, come back, and all my changes would be accepted. So thank you for being so proactive, Suga, on that article. I also want to praise Lauren and Mitch. And let's see. Wait, hold on. Let me get the list. I want to praise Monique, Heather, Lauren, Frashelle, Claire, Mitch, Almond, and Carlos for taking time, and Tropical Mango and Moshe Hab, and even Franco, even though you're taking the vacation next week. I want to praise all you guys for really taking us up on the vacation offer. It's so good to take a break from the crypto world, take a vacation, and I hope that you guys can stay offline the best that you can. And I also want, that being said, I also want to praise Willie, Kai, Frashelle, Mohammed, Ashley, Mateo, and Mitch for proactively signing all those multi-sigs and just staying up to date on the multi-sig channel so we can move these things forward. And with that, I'll throw it over to Jake.
Cool. Thanks, Griff. And I want to start out by, in the spirit of the holiday on Saturday being New Year's, and thank everybody at Giveth. It's been an incredible 2022. Looking forward to 2023. Picking out a couple departments specifically would be the DeFi holiday campaign. Anybody that's been on that over the last week, you're doing an awesome job. Ashley and Nicola with project onboarding, project verification. Without you, we wouldn't have as many projects. And lastly, would just be anybody that's working on the grant teams. We've been seeing some nice wins and hopefully some more to come. I will pass it on to Corey.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, I definitely want to echo that as we're hitting the new year in a couple of days, like major praise. I mean, it's just been awesome working, like getting into Giveth this year. And it's really cool to look back on it. And yeah, praise to everyone who onboarded me and also, yeah, it's been supportive throughout this year as I, have been ramping up with Giveth. I want to praise you, Jake, again for supporting me so much this week. on the outreach and following up on things needed for Twitter as well. Really appreciate the backup while a lot of people are out. Want to praise Freshell for always being so good and so diligent about following up on everything payment related. And I want to praise Suga specifically for chatting with me last night and jumping in quickly on reviewing this Giveth in Review monster post, and just for being you. So yeah, we'll really, and just praise you, Griff, as well. It's been awesome getting to know you and like working together more closely over the last weeks, and really appreciate the support on everything. So I'll now pass this to Heather.
Hello. So I would like to praise Griff and Ahmad for all of their hiring feedback when it comes to reviewing candidates. I'd like to praise Franco for just being really sweet and always down for a laugh and being a great cat herder. And I would like to praise Freshell and Nico and Ahmad again for just being a really great HR team and a great joy to work with. And I don't know who's gone and hasn't gone, so I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
Nice. Well, I'll throw it over to Santi.
Thank you, Griff. I just want to give a huge praise for everyone in this team who's been with us during this year, those who have left for other reasons, and just for the amazing 12 months that we've been together, and hoping that this next year is going to bring huge, great things. And I'll pass it to Franco.
Thank you, Santi. Small crowd today. I just want to say, like everyone else, I want to praise the whole community, like for welcoming me, for being so supportive, and just being an awesome team in general. Like I love working here, so praise to everyone. And yeah, especially like also a big praise to all the quantifiers. I know that I can be a little bit annoying sometimes sending messages, but I think everyone's doing a great job, and we're getting this done. So yeah, praise to everyone and thank you. And a special like praise also to Griff for welcoming me here and bringing me into this amazing community. So yeah, and I'll pass it over to who's there? Kotabe.
Yes, I was calling for the microphone. I want to praise Corey. By the way, your mic is on, just FYI. But I want to praise Corey and I want to praise Jake for all the work that they've done on the DeFi newsletters. You're doing a great job, Corey. I know that you're focusing so much on bringing more traffic. Jake, you're everywhere, so praise you both. I want to praise Amin, Mateo, Mohammed. Like the dev work is outstanding. Like it's one of, or if not the strongest, our strongest suit. And you're doing such amazing work. And I want to praise you. Like I don't praise you enough, and I want to praise you always. I want to praise Breaches for all the effort that she has done this past week, like with the token list, and also yesterday with some CoinGecko things and reviewing some wallets. You're doing a great job, Breaches. And once again, I also want to join the praising Griff. Griff, you have done an amazing job. You're inspiring. And thanks for everything that you do for Giveth, for us, and for public goods. And I'll pass it to Suga.
Thanks, Kotabe. Yeah, okay. So I think that I must have missed the memo on the expanding praise again. I thought we were still on the 3 top, but of course today's also special because, as everyone's been saying, it's the end of the year. So I have to echo that sentiment. This has been an amazing year at Giveth. So praise to all of us, the Giveth family. And it's super exciting to move into the next year with everybody. My top praises today, I want to praise Corey for holding down the fort these last couple weeks, really trying to pull a few things together at the end of the year, especially as I was technically on vacation last week. So I'm going to praise myself. Well, I don't know. Should I praise myself for working during vacation? That's kind of could go either way. But in any case, I want to praise Griff for that green pill, those edits I've been waiting for on the edge of my seat. And of course, Lauren, same thing for helping with that in particular. And also Ahmad for the newsletter and keeping things tied up, or getting things tied up, I should say, for the end of the year. Gee whiz, I hope everybody can hear me. Okay, so so I love you all and see you next year. And I will pass this to, oh boy, Britchies.
And she's gone.
Yeah.
Let's throw it over to Dawson.
Hi everybody. So I want to praise everybody for being here. Working with everybody throughout the year has been very interesting and educative for me, and I want to thank everybody for that. And I also want to praise Griff for for being here, for actually overseeing everything and just being a very awesome go-to person. And I want to praise everybody on the design team for being just very, 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 very great people to work with. And I actually, let's see, I'm passing to, I'll just take, I don't know, I'll just pass to Griff back. I don't know, has Miguel gone? Miguel?
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, Miguel hasn't gone. You want to take it, Miguel?
Yeah, sure, but I don't know. What do I have to praise? Like the whole year, or
Whatever
past?
you want. You got 3 praises. Just usually it's like I want to praise this person for doing this. Last week is preferred, but feel free.
I have been out like this month, kind of. So I'm gonna praise the whole team just to keep this project up with this very difficult market. I'm very surprised that, or actually, I'm not that kind of surprised that Giveth has survived it till now, because the whole team is very enthusiastic, and you all guys are awesome, and I want to praise you all for that. And I think I'm the last one.
Well, not quite. There's definitely a few more. I know Amin has to go.
So I mean,
Yeah, thank you. I want to praise Monique for being responsive, responsive even in his serious sickness. I want to praise front-end team, Alireza, Ramin, and Shorik for working on session management and lots of other stuff to make the application smooth, and also Matteo for adding the fiat donation. And I have to praise Mohammed for being a rock star in backend development and always responsive and hard work for his hard working. I have 3 to go say, right? So I pass it back to Griff.
Nice. Well, let's see. Oh no, I don't see it. How about Breachies?
Hello, GM. I want to praise everyone because you're a really cool team. I come from restaurant business, so it's one of the most abusive industries. So coming here, it's like crazy, like all this praise thing and being cool with everyone. It's really nice. Specifically, I want to praise Kotabe because he's a really good team player. Like he explained me things, he helped me. He's really cool. Jake too. He took his time to explain me in one-on-one call, so I appreciate it. And Frischel is really nice always. So can you help me with the next curve, please?
Well, lucky you. You're the last one. So we're done. We're done here. And we can just jump straight into our community call 144. Very excited, and everyone knows praise, so I'm not going to explain it. And I think we're probably going to the biggest announcement that I have is we're probably going to end this call a little early. I asked Miguel if he wants to, give us a little update at the end of Sea of Hertz, and that will be our project spotlight. If you're down, Miguel, you can. I just DM'd you the slides actually. If you want to just take that last slide, the project spotlight slide, and throw a couple links in there. Maybe put a picture. It's your slide 28. If you want to tell us what's going on with Sea of Hertz lately. But I do think that we'll be able to end this call pretty early. So as far as announcements go, we are officially retiring Giveth Trace. It's been shut down. The money's been taken out of the bridge. And I think tomorrow Mitch is basically going to distribute the money. Major praise to Algene and Mitch and Lauren for working on figuring out where that money goes. And and so Trace is done. But there is an idea to revive a new version of Trace. So that's in the works. And of course, Grants 2.0 is out. It still is live, and we are on it on the Phantom blockchain. So make sure to get your FTM and donate if you haven't. And if you haven't, we will hunt you down until you do. Thank you. Okay, and then with that, I think we can just jump straight into the communications working group. And Corey, you want to tell us what's going on in comms this holiday season?
Yeah, definitely. First and foremost, our holiday campaigns are actively running to encourage donations from our existing community of donors and projects, as well as new partners in our outreach efforts. I think a lot of the messaging we've also been doing over the holiday season is demonstrating how Giveth, helps projects that are focusing on using Web3 to create impact on the ground. So we also shared this great soundbite with Regen Foundation from our community spotlight that talks about bringing DAO tooling to grassroots regenerative efforts using Web3 technologies to create this on the ground impact. So that's a really cool one, I think, to check out and to share. And you can also check out these awesome regen projects that are using Web3 specifically to build a more sustainable future. So we've got a lot of good posts around this because I think that's one of the really cool things about Giveth is that we can really see the real world impact through these projects that we're promoting. And we also shared our most popular projects for holiday donation inspiration. This went out over the holiday weekend. So if you're looking for inspiration on where to donate, these are some really cool ones to check out and some really cool success stories on Giveth. And then, we already mentioned this, but a big reminder to everyone to support our grant with Phantom. We just have a few days left until January 2nd, and every donation helps boost us to the top of the project list. We also have more tweets planned going out over the next days to promote this. Big reminder. And then also, we posted this early in the week. Make sure to claim your give from the last givebacks round 25. And we also just had givebacks round 26 close on Tuesday with a special holiday POAP. So that will, that will be coming out soon so that you can claim your give there as well. And just another quick reminder, very shareable content. Giving season is a great time to share the Project Owners 101 course, as projects are obviously laser focused on fundraising during this important time of year, and we're a great option for them if they're not already on Giveth. So if you're in contact with projects, make sure to share the course with them. It's a really cool way, I think, for projects to self-onboard. Yeah, and otherwise, my last update is Happy New Year from the Comms Working Group. Hope everyone can take some time off this weekend and take some time to reflect on what's happened this year. It's been crazy, fast-paced, also wonderful in many ways. And then, take some time to reflect on what's coming up in the new year. I think exciting times are ahead. So Happy New Year. And coming soon, we're doing a final push to get a Giveth year in review, as in highlights 2022 blog post up just after some last reviews today. And we also, Suga's been working very hard on a Green Pill podcast write-up. And we've got lots of continuous organizing, preparing that we're doing for the upcoming year, and managing these holiday campaigns. And otherwise, lots of deserved time off for the comms team, which I'm actually very happy to see people taking. So that's it from our working group. I'll pass it on to, I'm not sure who's taking it for Communitas.
Me either. If no one else is taking it, I will. Not a whole lot going on in Communitas this week, but we do have, of course, the Latin American Forum for Impact Investing that's making some movement, and we had a brainstorm last week, and we also had a brainstorm on Giveth at ETH Denver last week, and so I actually. Maybe Katabe, do you have any updates on what that brainstorm resulted in? Oh, sorry, it was this week.
Yeah.
For the yeah.
So basically, one of the conclusions is like, let's work together. Like, both events are almost at the same time. What we work for one thing is going to have similar results for the other event. On the flea, we are focusing, like, we might also onboard Merida project and do kind of like impact quest. And something we are still looking into, making a simulator which is super easy and that can help people to interact with Giveth and understand everything that they can do on the platform in less than 10 minutes. But like clicking and so on and so forth. So the forum post for that will come this week.
Very cool. And for ETH Denver, I went to this one. The big thing here is that we had a nice brainstorm and we wrote down a bunch of cool things in Notion. Major praise to Almond for taking those notes. Hey, Rodri.
Hi. Sorry for the delay.
No worries, man. But yeah, so we're definitely looking at quests as Katabe said for the flea, and we get a big booth, 20 by 10 booth in ETH Denver, and we get to manage the impact track. And so we're just gonna figure out exactly, like, we're probably gonna mentor a lot of the hackathon, help them run the impact track and say which projects are impact and which ones are not for the actual competition, and also help foster more impact projects to be hacked on. So that'll be really fun, and we're gonna have this crazy booth, so we're gonna need to create activities and these sorts of things. So it's very exciting. And yeah, and then there's the interactive map forum post, which you guys have seen, and then of course Giveth is on Sea of Hertz, which is super cool, but Miguel will talk about that later. Other than that, I think you guys know the rest, so let's just push forward to the development working group. Amin, do you want to take it? Lots of cool updates here.
Yeah, thank you. Let me switch back to the slides. Yeah. First, in the Giveth, this week, actually, people were off, and unfortunately, Monique got sick, and it was somehow slow on development, but we had good achievements. On the notification center, we added a couple of notifications from the Give economy. One of them is give power unlock. So whenever you lock your token and behind the scene, after the round finishes, your tokens will be unlocked. So we will send notification to the user that, yeah, your position got unlocked. Also, give back whenever someone gets, when we pay givebacks, all of the recipients will get some notification that, yes, you got that amount of giveback. That's cool. Also, give power boosting added a new notifications. Notification about when your a project is boosted, the owner of the project owner will receive a notification about that, about the user name and the action. Actually, the project owner will be informed. The next step is start implementing broadcast notification on the backend. We are discussing it yet. Whenever something needs to be broadcasted to every user. Like say that, yeah, I give back around, for instance, 25 is sent, and regardless of whether the user has received any giveback or not, it's some kind of general messages to everyone. And yeah, and we are all we are testing all of these notifications, and yeah, it's the status about the notification center. Matteo is working on Fiat integration, and the test is on. People are testing. A group of people are testing with using their credit card or any other card to donating project, and to see how really you have to pay real money to test this feature. The multi-level account, after a long time discussion with the designer and product manager and developers, we decided to suspend the original project, and also just get some ideas from it and improve the current project, because the original idea takes lots of time and resources to be implemented, and also it will make the system so complex. From the ideas, we decided to implement session management and model queue both in the front end. I will get back to these two later. In the backend, we're investigating. Mohammed fixed some issues about the give. Carlos was off, and Mohammed did most of the job. He has fixed some issues about give back problem that's raised by Ersley. He fixed some bug on sending notification when the status of the project changed from the active, verified, unverified, etc. Also, we improved the project rank anticipation in the backend, a special case when a project power get a little bit lower than its own power. So we support this, and after this we can consider this situation, and the project, the predicted project, the predicted rank will be the same as the project have at that moment. On the front end, we implemented session management. We decided to become more intelligent in managing the sessions, the login sessions, when user wallet for any reason got disconnected or user switched over to another wallet address. We don't throw away the session. We keep it somewhere, and when the user switch back the account, his wallet, or maybe unlock his MetaMask, we restore the JWT, and the user will continue using the application without and he's authenticated, and without, he doesn't need to again sign the message to sign in. We are implementing model queue for cases that when the user is doing some action, but for any reason, the action needs credit authentication and user is not signed in. Before that, we stop everything, ask the user to sign in, and when the user signs in, again he or she needs to do the action again. But now we are building a queue, so as soon as the user signs in, the action will happen. For instance, if you like the project will be liked. When you wanted to like a project and you were not signed in, after signing, the project will be liked. Or when you want to, for instance, create a project, the model will be open. And we fix a problem on the token price calculation in the front end. The resources was devoted their time to General Magic. Carlos and Alireza and Ramin are working on their side, and I don't have much detail to say here. Yeah, about the I couldn't. Where is that? I got lost. Oh, sorry. I'm not so master in using shortcuts here. I reordered the slides and lost the. I'm finished. Thank you.
Thanks, Amin. We can throw it over to, well, I think there's just this one other slide, and I can be super quick about it, but there's or is this, yeah, there's a new homepage that design is working on. I'm sure they'll talk about it with lots of cool things that are being added. The referral program we'll talk about later, and refactoring projects is pretty interesting. But we'll get into some of this stuff later in the call. Let's just throw it over. I think Kotabe, are you taking it for the Give Economy? Oh, you're
Yes.
muted.
Yes. Yes. Sticky mute button. Oh, do you hear me now? Yes, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see. So as you can see, probably I cannot see yet. Yes. Okay. So we have a lot of calls for the Give Economy working group. We have the Give Economy development call where we actually are implementing everything that needs to be implemented regarding to Give Economy. It's mostly with developers. And that is at Wednesday, 8 a.m. Costa Rica time, which is the same as Eastern time, I believe. Griff, yes, right? Yes. Okay. Give Economy research. It's 2 hours later. That's where we are actually dreaming and thinking what might come next for the Give Economy. Fundraising. It's Mondays, 10 a.m. Costa Rica time. That's where we are stop dreaming so much and then trying to find funds to keep working on. And then there is the Give Fight call, which is every other Thursday, I think, right now at 10 a.m. Costa Rica time. Riff, can we go to the next? So you're all welcome to join. Like if you ever are curious, we had Nicola coming as a curious person to the fundraising call last time. He added some value. So if you want to join at some point, just come by. So Give Economy updates. As you can see, ranking is live and working nicely. So feel free to support the projects that you like the most. See if they are coming down, coming up, where are they going, and use your power. So basically what was it was also a short air, not so much call, because at the end Griff brought more full points to talk about. But basically, yeah, Give Power Boosting ranking is live and looking hot. There was talking about the application center. I mean, already mentioned all these things. Give Back, Give Power, Unlock, and Projects Boosted notifications are implemented. And then the bulk notifications on the backend, which is not going to be so visible for the end user, but I mean, it's assuring me that it's going to be so cool and make the platform easier on the devs perspective and on the backend. Some updates on the PFP collection. The meter contract is being worked on by Mitch as soon as he comes back from vacation. As you know, the Give Drop ended on December 24. So if you go to that link of Give Drop, you get a 404 error where I wanted to create an issue because like the social networks and the Giveth, it's like all together on the 404 side. I'll make an issue later. And then we have, I know Trace is sunsetting, but then there is some interest of the World Food Program on having traceability with Giveth. So we are discussing on a simplified approach to traceability and how could that look like. So that's the updates on the Give Economy. And Griff, if you can, thank you. And on the fundraising and the research group, which are mostly concerned by the same people. So if you want to find us on Discord, just tag the Visionaries, we'll be there. As you can see by the image on the right, that's our Phantom Grant. If you have not donated to the Phantom Grant, please do. There are a couple of links there. That this is a spreadsheet. Once that you donate, put a Y so that we know that you are actually giving back to Giveth, and we can stop bugging you, which is important for you. So please, once that you do, put a Y there. Let's give back to Giveth. And then there is also the link to the Phantom Grants. Like if you click on in the Phantom Grants 2.0, there's that link. Oh, there's a link to the Twitter, but from the Twitter there is a link to the grant. Maybe I could have simplified that. Sorry. Anyway, there are some instructions there. I know that there's been some concerns from bridging tokens. Like if you use transfer2, it's super easy. You can transfer from XDAI any token to Phantom, and then you'll have some Phantom to be able to donate.
I also want to jump in that I found Jake's outline in the governance channel to be super helpful on like step by step how to go through bridging and then donating. So just wanted to mention that. I thought that was really great.
Super, great. So we're actually doing the 7 touches on this same call. So we have told you already like 5 times today. Please donate to Phantom. 6. Griff, I'll guess you'll make the 7. So on other fundraising things, sub wins, we are making progress with it. So all the ones that are involved are the ones that have some update this week. We're making some progress with the graph, with Cello, almost there with those 2. So in progress, Phantom, which is being worked on. AVAX just came up from preparing and it's now live in progress. Moonbeam, there's a call next week. Then Optimism, there are new delegates and we'll be working on that. And then we are also, there's a bullseye on the left of the white label because we are actually focusing now also on having a white label platform or offering a white label platform to exchanges and other DeFi apps. So we'll see how that works. And on the research side, that was also a lighter call. We are getting Give tokenomics on CoinGecko. The form is already ready and almost about to be sent. We are updating the Giveth eligible tokens. There is a forum comment link there with some tokens that should probably be out, like Terra or Luna or other like Celsius and other tokens that we probably should not be giving givebacks for. And then there is fiat on ramp improvements. We talked a little bit about some people that have friends at Stripe, and we could also connect PayPal. But first things come first. Let's have the first implementation working, and then we'll see how to make it better. And we also discussed about having a quadratic fund Giveth round, which is super exciting. We might get 10K as a bootstrap for this. We can collect a little bit more, and then we can have our first quadratic fund round. Yes. So we are kicking off the research, and that's it from my side. I'll pass it back to you, Griff.
Sure, and I'll throw it over to Tossin for the design working group.
Hi, everybody. So from the design working group, we don't really have much, but we have a lot of tasks from last week we're still working on. We're still working on redesigning the home page, and I think we're making good progress there. And if you've actually not checked the forum post about the redesigns, the link is still there on the community side. You know, check it. For the region farm redesign, we also have the draft ready, just touching up a bit. And then also I'm still working with Santi on the PFP collection, like the design draft is ready. So we're still collaborating and then, just trying to make sure we cross our T's and dot all our I's, especially on the technical end. And then I think that's just what we have for the design working group this week. And if you have any way you could, any feedbacks for us on the platform or what is not working or what you think we could actually improve, just leave a message to us on the working group. And then thank you. I'll pass back to Griff for giving us a cycle.
Thanks so much, Tossin. Yeah, and we're cruising through this. So for governance, Of course, the big news is vacation. This is actually probably the biggest part of the slide. Lots of people not around, which is great. I hope they can enjoy their time off. And a few people, especially in early Jan, will be gone. So, no worries. Slow week, but we're still pushing forward for the rest of us that are here. Not a whole lot going on in the forum, but some interesting ones that I pulled out. Removing tokens from the givebacks list, which Kotabi mentioned. Major praise to Breachies. We went through the givebacks list and just did a little cleaning house to make sure that the tokens that we have actually have liquidity, so our giveback system doesn't get attacked. You can check that out if there's a token that you love being removed. Make a little comment in the forum post. Also, there's a really interesting post by Claire about the working groups. She has the data, and I think she's going to present it on Monday, assuming that there's no major pushback on this poll in this forum post about how many hours people are working in each working group, what the total cost of that working group is, and various things like that. We talked about Karma for governance analytics and already a couple times in the last few weeks, but there's DAO Treasury is moving forward. If you want to see what we're doing with the DAO Treasury management, which might be interesting, go check it out. All the money's basically being funneled into one address, and we're going to do a bunch of cool DeFi things and then put it back into the liquidity multi-sigs. Project ranking model, really interesting forum post by Rainer that you might want to check out about how we can get projects ranked a little bit better than what we have now with purely just give power. How do we integrate more, some of the wisdom from different aspects of our management, like verification team maybe could have some input into the project ranking. Definitely check that out. And a really controversial, this is a juicy one, adding referrals to the platform. Amin and Cherik are like, why do we need to work with these other guys? Check this out, because we passed a garden proposal to send money to another project. It's called Chainvine to do our referrals for us. But our dev team is saying, why do that? But we passed the proposal. What are we going to do? I don't know. Jump in there. Throw your opinions, because it's juicy. And I don't know. Heather, do you have any hiring stuff that you want to mention?
Yeah, sure. So right now we have 2 roles that are open for general magic. The first role is the director of technology and services, and this is a more senior level position, and this role actually has a few hats to wear, with project management, client relations, and then also helping build and mentor our dev team. And then our second role that we have open is the co-founder of Praise. And this role is someone who has experience doing fundraising, grant writing, even accelerators, and a person with really an entrepreneurial spirit, and a person who really wants to be a part of our team. Like, we aren't trying to find a consultant. So if you know of anyone who you think could be good for these roles, please refer them over to me. And that's all I got, Griff, so I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah, if you know anyone who was laid off at FTX or any of these recent explosions in crypto, maybe they want to repent and work on the good side. Make sure to bring them over. We will talk to them. We're very forgiving of their past, and we can think about making a better future together. So let's jump over to the DAO working group section. There isn't a whole lot going on over here, but the things that are notable of mentioning, trace cleanup and treasury management are kind of happening together in one key that Mitch controls. So Mitch can run off with all of our money. We'll keep an eye on that guy. And so that's kind of interesting. And I already mentioned the Chainvine proposal. This is just a really juicy thing. Like our DAO made a decision according to our token governance, but core members that are whose opinions really matter are saying we shouldn't do it. So this is like a really interesting DAO situation, and I would love to see more opinions in the Chainvine proposal about the best way to go. So please consider commenting on that Chainvine proposal. There's, like I said, there's hardly anything going on, nothing in NRGive, nothing in Give Garden, nothing in Snapshot, but there are two multi-sig signatures that we really need, and Amin is not in the screen, which is too bad, because he's one of the people who is here that could actually sign all of them. I do believe, let's see, yeah, I don't know, but we really need this multi-sig signed, but no one here can sign it besides Amin, who's on the phone. I can see him. Hi, Amin. Hi. But yeah, so we really need those signatures, so I'll keep pushing. And with that, we can just jump over to Miguel, who happens to be at the right place at the right time to do the community spotlight. Sea of Hertz, you guys all know Sea of Hertz. He's bringing Giveth to the Spanish community. So you can, if you want, Miguel, you could take it away and tell us about what's going on in Sea of Hertz.
Sure, I'm just updating here these slides. I'm writing my Twitter here. Just a sec. Just a sec. Sorry.
No worries. I mean, also I'll mention Sea of Hertz is of course a project on Giveth, so you can always donate to support. It looks like it needs a little bit of a give power boost too. We got 2 Anons boosting, so that's kind of interesting. And look at these nice donations, but no donations recently. We got to kick it up a notch. And yeah, so let's jump in when you want. I'm really curious, Miguel. Are you guys still on One Hive TV, or what's the story there?
Okay. So we don't have the partnership right now because One HTV right now is like doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, but we can have the partnership with One Hive if we want, but One Hive right now is kind of dead. So yeah, right now we are looking to expand to other communities and to create a more effective partnership with Giveth. So as you may know, Sea of Hertz is a communications public good that brings independent music and new artists to the Web3 ecosystem, and also brings news and information of new projects and all that stuff to Latin American and Hispanic communities. I found this very important because I've been here like a bit more than a year, and when I was new here, I realized that all the information, it was like 99% in English, and I work like with a lot of people that doesn't know how to speak English. So I noticed that this is very important to the whole community and the whole ecosystem to continue growing. We have to diversify the language, which is very important to do it. So that's our mission, like since we began with this project. This is the mission. We have onboarding like, I don't know, like 50 artists right now. We teach them how to mint POAPs. We teach them how to use tokens, how to download MetaMask, from 0 to 1. And yeah, our like mid-term or short-term plan is to have like I say at the beginning, to have a more effective partnership with Giveth and have more like sections from the show, because we right now with Giveth we have one that we interview 2 projects per show, 2 Giveth projects in Spanish, and we create like kind of podcast, but I don't like to see it like a podcast because I don't think it's a podcast. It's like radio, because we always show new music from the Sea of Hertz label, because Sea of Hertz is also a label, a music label. So yeah, right now we are working on that, interviewing and creating content for Giveth in Spanish, and we are looking forward to create a new section where we can, like, the Giveth team can talk about the things that are happening right now on Giveth, and also in that section I would like to do some live streams of music, like 2 sections, like one with all the Giveth information and the stuff, and the second hour of live music. With this we wanna get like more donations to pay the artists and pay and support the whole team. So yeah, I invite you all to donate. I invite you all to be part of the show. If you wanna contribute of some way, or you wanna just give an advice, whatever, you can call me, you can reach me, and I will hear you.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Miguel, for jumping in at the last minute and just giving us an update of what's going on at Sea of Hertz. Honestly, somehow I didn't even know that it was half radio and half talk show. That's super cool. And it's a fun way to get some like that's just really cool. Just kind of throw it on in the background and listen to some cool music. Does anyone have any quick questions? I mean, if not, we can just end the call here, and because I mean we've talked to Miguel a bunch, so I'm sure we can probably just save ourselves some 5 minutes, and I hope everyone enjoys the new year, and I'll see you at 1:45. Bye everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well,
Thanks,
thanks.
guys. Happy New Year.
Happy
Yeah.